Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome viewers once again to my channel. If you have subscribed previously, welcome. If you haven't, then you are still most welcome. And don't forget, if you've not subscribed, to hit the bell icon so that you are notified of the upcoming videos as soon as they come out. Okay, so we're going to carry on with the English skills, as I called them. Today, this presentation is about being, B-E-E-N, and being, B-E-I-N-G. Another sort of common mistake, and it's very, very important that we don't make this in writing when we are writing standard English. And as I keep saying, it is examined, or examiners look out for it in the 11 plus, the SATs, and at GCSE. So it's very important to get it right. Okay, firstly, been, B-E-E-N. We use been with the verb to have to refer to something that has been completed. I have been outside. So we have the verb have there, and we use been. Okay, so we use being when something is continuous, it is carrying on. Okay, so I think, well, firstly we need to consider the thought process then, as I describe it. So the way to think about it is the action completed, and does it work with to have? If the answer is yes, then it is been, B-E-E-N, and if it's continuous, then it is being, B-E-I-N-G. Okay, so as in previous presentations, then I'll go through some examples, then a quiz, and then finally a test to make sure that we have understood the concepts. Okay, so here are some examples. The first example, I have been into town. So the action is completed, and we have the verb there to have. I have been to town. Next example. Where have you been? Here the action once more is completed, and it's working with the verb to have. Okay, next one. He didn't know where I had been. Once again, you've completed the action, and it works with to have. I was being difficult. So we don't see the verb have, and you're continuously being difficult, therefore it is being. I was being difficult. Being tall, I had to duck. So his tallness is a continued action while he ducks, therefore it is being. Being tall, I had to duck. Okay, next one. Sorry about a bit fast there. Been to the shops today. So the action is completed and would have worked with to have been if it had been there. So the full version would be, have you been to the shops today? And we've shortened that to been to the shops today, which I know I keep talking about standard English. It's not a good sentence, but it is the correct way to say it. Been to the shops today. Okay, so I think in this one there are 15 questions, and so as I say, it's entirely up to you. You can write numbers 1 to 15, and Of course, I will give the answers, or you can write out each of the statements and practice your handwriting. Okay, question number 1. I have space working hard on this. Okay, so I hope you wrote something down, and the answer of course is been, B-E-E-N, because we see the verb have, and it has been completed. I have been working hard on this. Number 2, what have you space doing? Okay, so once again it is been, B-E-E-N, because we see the verb have. What have you been doing? Next one, number 3. Sorry, I was space stupid. Okay, so I hope you've written something down. The answer here is being. It is a continuous action. You are continuously being stupid, and we don't see the verb have. Sorry, I was being stupid. B-E-I-N-G. Okay. Number 4. I am space told off at this very moment. Okay, so once again, it is a continuous action. I am being told off. B-E-I-N-G. So this is number 4. Moving on to number 5. The driver was space shouted at by his wife when he crashed. Okay, so once again we have a continuous action, which is the shouting. So the driver was being shouted at, B-E-I-N-G, at the time, shouted at by his wife when he crashed. So I'll repeat that again. The driver was being, B-E-I-N-G, shouted at by his wife when he crashed. Number 6, you are space a great friend. Okay, so if you wrote something down, so we don't see the verb to have. Had it said you have, then of course it would be been, but as it is, you are being, which is continuous, so you're continuing to be a friend, therefore it is being, B-E-I-N-G, a great friend. You are being a great friend. Number 7, space, hungry, I raided the biscuit tin. Okay, so once more, we don't see the verb have, so therefore it is a continuous action. You are hungry, you are being hungry. B-E-I-N-G, being hungry, I raided the biscuit tin. Number 8, if you'd space there, you would have loved it. Okay, so we have a contraction here, you'd. So that of course is short for you would have. Therefore, if the answer is been, if you had been there, you would have loved it. So as it is there, if you'd been there, you would have loved it. And we see the verb have later on as well. So if you'd been, B-E-E-N, there, you would have loved it. Okay, next one, he has space sick in the flower pot. Okay, the answer of course is been. So we see has, which is a past tense of have. He has been, B-E-E-N, sick in the flower pot. I think this is number 10. What have they space doing? Okay, so we see the verb have, so therefore the answer is been. What have they been doing? B-E-E-N. What have they been doing? Number 11. Space, keen to help, I picked up her shopping bags. Okay, so the picking up is a continuous action, as is the keenness of being keen to help. I picked up her shopping bags. B-E-I-N-G. Being keen to help. I picked up her shopping bags. Okay, next one. I've space thinking about you all day. This is number 12. Okay, so we see a contraction, I apostrophe VE, which of course is short for I have. Therefore, it is been. I've been, B-E-E-N, thinking about you all day. Okay, next one, number 13. The girl, space, small, crawled easily under the fence. Okay, so if you've written something down, so the answer of course is being. We don't see the verb have, and it is a continuous action, her being small, so the girl being small, B-E-I-N-G, crawled easily under the table. Number 14, I think that you've space trying very hard. Okay, so once again we see the contraction you've, which of course is short for you have, therefore it is been. I think that you've been, B-E-E-N, trying very hard. And finally, has this space a difficult quiz? Okay, so the answer of course is been. Has this been, B-E-E-N, a difficult quiz? Okay, and of course we have has, which is past tense of have. So That's the end of the quiz. So I hope you've mastered the two concepts, and there's only one way to find out, and I have 3 tests in this PowerPoint. So in this one, it's test 1, then the answers to test 1, then 2 more tests, test 2, and test 3 follows that, and then the answers follow that. Okay, so here is test 1. So entirely up to you how you do this. As I say, I would make students to write it out to improve the handwriting, or you can just write numbers 1 to 10, and of course in place of the numbers we are writing either been or being. So if I do the first one, which of course is being, because it's a continuous action, being cold, the old man put on his coat. So I'll put each slide up for about 10 seconds. Don't want to make the PowerPoint too long. Okay, so I'm going to reveal the next slide now, which has the answers to test 1. So I hope you paused it, and I'm going to put the next slide up. Okay, so here are the answers to test 1. So once again, I'll leave this up for about 10 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next slide, which is test 2. Okay, I'm going to move it on to the next slide now, which is test 3. Okay, I'm going to put up the answers to test 2 and 3 now. Answers to test 2. And finally, answers to test 3. Okay, so once again, I hope that has been useful, and as I keep saying, the benchmark has got to be very high, because this is, what is expected. So you should be getting marks of like 8, 9 and 10. Okay, that is the end of my presentation. So thank you very much for watching, and once again I make the plea, please subscribe to my channel, like and share, and until the next time, look after yourselves, look after others, अपना ख्याल रखिए, दूसरों को भी ख्याल रखिए. Allah Hafiz and goodbye.